Best duo in the competition, boys. You realise that? You're the leaders, 50 goals between you.
Brownie's kicked 49 of them.
You're a bit worried, Waite, that he's getting too far in front of you, though? You want to try and bridge this gap this weekend?
No, I'm quite happy just sitting in his shadow. So, yeah, I just try and keep out of his way. He plays a little bit deeper than me, so I think we complement each other, especially his powering coming out straight at the ball where I sort of just float around and hopefully he drops a couple and I get on the receiving end.
Jarrad Waite needs to nail it, and he does. Seizes the opportunity that presented for his second.
You're amazing. Obviously, you're 35. You seem like you're moving as well as ever. What do you put it down to?
Just, I think, really, it's just consistency of training. So I've been lucky enough not to have surgery too often since I've been here, and just being able to do a full pre-season. And a lot of the times when I've had an interrupted year, it's been when sort of haven't started training till January or February, and you just don't have that conditioning to the rigours of training, being out there, running around and keeping your body used to those conditions.
One of the most accurate plays in the competition over the last 3 years. He doesn't miss many.
You boys have been kicking pretty well, obviously, Benny. You've been much talked about with your goal kicking, leading the Coleman, and also your long run-up. I want to go through both of your weekly routines. What do you do during the week to prepare?
I suppose for me, it's about getting quantity of shots out on the training track. It's probably only 3 times a week we're actually out there having shots, but when I'm doing that, just trying to make sure that my routine's the same every time I do it.
How many shots total, you think?
For me, a week, it'd probably be around about 100 or over 100, which probably doesn't seem like a lot, but I've got a pretty long routine, so it takes me a while to get back and have it.
He's put that one through. Great start for Ben Brown.
Are you, Waite?
Yeah, I probably don't do as many as Brownie, but I've had my set routine since I was, I think, my 3rd or 4th year. I always start with my left foot going forward. My right foot of it, for some reason, just seems to straighten me up. And the 3 things that I sort of focus on is leaving my head over the ball when I kick and then kicking through it.
How did you feel about the pre-season predictions? Most people thought North Melbourne in the bottom 3 teams in the competition.
I'm not really one to read papers or watch too many of his shows, except for your one, Brownie, of course. We actually had 2 pretty bad JLT games that have actually probably been the best thing for our forward lines. We've learnt some really good lessons, especially from Melbourne and Richmond. So it's just being able to adapt to sort of the game changing. And we sort of went in with a plan probably pre-Christmas to play a certain way, and then 2 games into JLT, 1 game before round 1, we've pretty much changed our whole setup. So that was hard to do, but we've got a young enough group to sort of adapt, and then when you see it in motion, you see it starting to pay off, then you get real confidence with it. Just
a quick one before we go, Benny. I'm just a bit concerned at the moment. You haven't nailed down the trademark celebration. Coming from a fellow Brown, I'm prepared to hand over my celebration technique. So it's just the finger up, mate. Would you be happy to run with it? No, it's got to be up.
Here.
No, up.
No, like up.
And stay right up there, mate. Yeah?
See, my concern with that, Jono, is I reckon you've passed that on to another fellow Tasmanian of mine already. Because Jackie Rewalt loves that one, and I'd hate to steal it off him.
I never gave it to Jack. I never gave him permission for that.
You'll have to follow him up, because I reckon if you watch him, it's one of his favourites.
Work on the celebration, mate. I'm going to be watching closely over the next few weeks. I just want you to just develop
Nail down something.
It looks good in the photos, mate, at the end of the year.
We'll have to work on it.
Boys, it's an absolute pleasure. I love watching you play. All the best for the rest of the season, boys. Go get them, especially this weekend.
Thanks, mate.